Let's now talk about the derivation of the IS curve. Now we know the IS curve shows us all those combinations of real interest rate and output for which the goods market is in equilibrium. Now there are two different ways that we can derive the IS curve graphically. The first approach is where we derive it by combining the Keynesian cross with the investment function. Because we know the Keynesian cross makes the simplifying assumption that investment is exogenously given to us, but the investment function allows us to take investment to be a negative function of real interest rate. Now, in order to derive the IS curve, what we will do is we will change the real interest rate and see what happens to output to keep the goods market in equilibrium. So we will start with a given level of real interest rate, say R1. So in panel A, we can see that based upon our investment function, this will give us the level of investment I1 corresponding to R1. So now for this level of investment, I1, we have our AD curve. AD is equal to C plus I, which is a function of R1 plus G. Now, from the CD curve, we get an equilibrium level of income Y1. Now, what we do is we plot this point Y1, Y1, R1 in panel C. Now, what we'll do is we'll increase the real interest rate, and as panel A shows, that will cause investment to go down to I2. So, as investment goes down in panel B, we can see the aggregate demand curve shifts downwards. So, now at the original level of output Y1, we have AD is greater than Y1. So we have an excess demand, which is represented as this. And as a result of this, we have unplanned inventory accumulation. So output will go down until we are at Y2. So now we have another point, Y2, R2, which we plot in panel C as well. Now, since we have 2 points, Y1, R1 and Y2, R2, we can connect them to get a IS curve. And we can note over here that this IS curve is downward sloping. Because if we increase real interest rate, it causes investment to decrease as cost of borrowing increases, and this reduces aggregate demands. And since investment is a component of ED, so to restore or maintain goods market equilibrium, Y has to decrease. That's the inverse relationship between R and Y in order to maintain goods market equilibrium.